Berrettini retired. Going straight to Chile. We've got games going down today. Dozer Lajovic will be up against Themis Echeverry by 6 o'clock. 8 o'clock, Laszlo Jerry will take us to Boston Byes. Jamie Murna will take on Thiago Monteiro. Now talking about the ladies. WTA 250 Austin Open. Anna Kalinskaya defeated Coco van der Wear 6-3, 6-1. And for games scheduled for today, Marta Kostyuk will be up against Linan Fritzman. And Kate Vonet will take on Peyton Stearns, with Anna Kalinskaya battling Daniel Collins by 9 o'clock. Elisa Mertens won her game this morning, beating Gabriela Ruz 6-3, 3-6, 6-2 at the Monterey Open, while Caroline Garcia also moved to the next round, same as Elisabetta Coquireto 7-6, 7-6. She defeated Tajna Maria. We'll move away. Let's talk the NBA this morning. The Golden State Warriors are hoping to get Steph Curry back in their lineup as soon as Sunday's game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Curry, who suffered an injury to his left lower leg on February 4, has participated in multiple team scrimmages, including the Thursday morning. After Thursday's shoot-around, reporters asked Warriors coach Steve Kerr if Curry could be available for Sunday's game in Los Angeles. For Kerr, in his response, he may declare that they'll have to look at things to know if this man can be better ahead of Sunday's game.
He's been working really hard. I mean, I think within days of the injury, he was on the bike, and it was impressive just watching him on the bike. I mean, how hard he goes. He's really amazing when it comes to his conditioning level and his commitment to keeping it high. And so he's had a good chance these last few days to get up and down. But before that, he was doing a lot of 1-on-0 workouts that included a lot of running and movement. So he's getting close. I suppose it is. He won't play tomorrow, but we'll reevaluate probably in the next couple of days.
Wishing Steph Curry quick recovery, and shout out to all Golden State Warriors fans. But now moving away from Steph Curry, remember LeBron James is also trying to recover, right? Because the update we're also getting is that LeBron James's foot injury will be reassessed in 3 weeks. The Los Angeles Lakers have confirmed. The 38-year-old sustained the injury in the third quarter of Sunday's victory over the Dallas Mavericks and subsequently missed the defeat to the Memphis Grizzlies and victory against Oklahoma City Thunders. Report on Thursday stated that James would not require surgery, and although not confirmed, but the Lakers have said it is a right foot tendon injury. So injuries really affecting teams, top players, but remember, some top players, when they are out, it really has a negative ripple effect on their result in the NBA. But now let's just look at results of games decided in the wee hours of today. Told you earlier, Golden State Warriors defeated LA Clippers without Steph Curry, 115 to 91 points. San Antonio Spurs was also in action in the wee hours of today, beating Indiana Pacers 110 to 99 points. Dallas Mavericks defeated Philadelphia 76ers 133 to 126 points as Toronto Raptors lost on the road against Washington Wizards 108 to 119 points. A lot of people have missed the race of the Formula One circuit, but these drivers are not leaving any stone unturned ahead of the first race of the season. Charles Leclerc says that he's confident Ferrari can overcome an expected early season advantage for Red Bull to enable him win a maiden Formula One driver's title in 2023. Now, Red Bull laid down an ominous marker at preseason testing in Bahrain last week ahead of this weekend's opening Grand Prix at the same circuit. Now, Lewis Hamilton says he's committed to Mercedes beyond this year, even if the team have the difficult 2023 season many expect, insisting there has been no contract hold-up and that the car will improve. Well, if it is about improvement, let's listen to some of the drivers who are ready for the season. The likes of Esteban Ocon, we'll listen to Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, all the drivers. Some of them, let's just take a listen to what their plans are ahead of the new season.
Just a minor surgery on my right wrist, and my left one I banged it up a little bit. So yeah, it was just pretty painful bike accident. Just came off the bike and ate it pretty hard.
So far, I think we have to be happy with the performance of the car. It's encouraging, but we wanted to make a step forward compared last year. Is what we did. Have a good baseline, a good platform to work on the car, but this is just day one. I think this is a good start, but let's see where we are.
I mean, I think as a driver, even if you don't have any championships, you look forward to a new year and you just want to do the best you can.
No, I definitely want to go for the win. We all are starting from zero. We all have the same chances now, so I want to be competitive and obviously be able to show it on track.
We could be here or we could be here. I hope it's the first one, but it's definitely not ahead of Red Bull, that's for sure. So that's what we're going to work on catching.
There was no rush or no strong desire for us to really push the car to the limit in testing. We've done, a huge amount of range, from something that we probably was too extreme to be driving the Grand Prix and something we would have never put, in the car, and that was interesting, to test. But it took us a lot of time, to identify and to go, and prepare to where we are going to be now.
Yeah, we are behind. So the car's feeling good. We've definitely made progress. The areas that we've addressed, they've got better, but they haven't been completely solved. So we are, we're making steps forward, but it's still a bit of work.
What I've seen and felt so far with the new car, it is possible. We definitely need to be more consistent and more reliable than last year, and already from that we can gain a lot.
Well, some of the drivers ready for this season's Formula One. Wishing them all the best. Lewis Hamilton, well, I've never hidden from that fact that I'm a Mercedes fan. I don't care if Kola Joffred is listening from the US this morning. I know he's a Red Bull fan. Kule Faiga, a Red Bull fan. Favor, I don't know the car he supports, but there's no problem. All right, now let's go straight to the second half of the show where we talk football this morning. Congratulations to Nigeria's under-20 national team. Getting the ticket to the under-20 World Cup after qualifying to the semi-final stage of the Africa under-20 Nations Cup. Remember, Nigeria's under-20 national team defeated Uganda 1-0 yesterday, while Senegal edged the Benin Republic. And for Senegal, they are having an unbeaten run from the start of the tournament. Defeated Nigeria at first and defeated other teams in their group. Now edging Benin Republic, but Nigeria, after losing against Senegal, they've been winning all their games. But while we wish them all the best, and they're already getting congratulatory messages. They got a message from Sports Minister Sunday Diary. They also got from Super Eagles coach Jose Peserio. Well, London Bosa's side will play the winner of the quarterfinal between Gambia and South Sudan in the semi-final stage of the tournament on 7th of this month. But remember, games are going down today. Gambia will take a South Sudan by 3 o'clock, while Congo will be up against Tunisia by 6 o'clock. Away from that, well, remember, last night Barcelona got a needed result against Real Madrid at the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final round. It was just 1-0 victory for the side. However, for Carlo Ancelotti, is convinced Real Madrid can overpower and get the positive results in the return leg. Same as Xavi saying that he wasn't entirely satisfied with Barcelona's performance despite a 1-0 away win at the El Clasico rival Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey semi-final first leg. But not with that, let's look at what we're going down this weekend as hostilities will resume at different leagues from Spain to Italy and England. Let's quickly jump straight and look at what we're going down in Spain. Well, tonight in the Spanish La Liga, Real Sociedad will host Cadiz by 9 o'clock. And for other games in the Spanish La Liga, scheduled for this weekend, the match day 24 in Spain, Getafe hosts Girona as Villarreal travels to play Almeria. Mallorca battles Elche. Atletico Madrid will be at home at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium hosting Sevilla, while Espanyol will be the guest of Real Valladolid on Sunday. As Barcelona hosts Valencia as Rayo Vallecano will be up against Athletic Bilbao. Real Madrid travels to play Real Betis, and on Monday night, Osasuna will be up against Celta Vigo. Going straight to England this morning. Games are going down this weekend. Manchester City will be up against Newcastle United at the Etihad Stadium as they look to cut the gap they have between them and Arsenal table toppers. Well, for Arsenal, will be up against Bournemouth. Well, can they get a positive result against the trouble side? Aston Villa hosts Crystal Palace as Brighton and Hove Albion batters West Ham United. Chelsea will be at home as a welcome Leeds United to the Stamford Bridge. When will Chelsea start getting the needed result? Tottenham Hotspur travels to play Wolves. Southampton hosts Leicester City at the St Mary's Stadium. Nottingham Forest will host Everton. Liverpool, Manchester United will battle each other at the Anfield, while Brentford will take on Fulham on Monday. Away from that, let's just quickly look at what we're going down in the Italian Serie A. Tonight, Victor Osimhen side Napoli will be up against Lazio. And can this man continue to score? Well, looking at all the games scheduled for this weekend in the Italian Serie A, Monza will take on Empoli. Atalanta hosts Udinese. AC Milan will travel to play Fiorentina. Verona will be the guest of Spezia. Sampdoria hosts Salernitana. Inter Milan will be the San Siro as they host Lecce. AS Roma will take on Juventus. Sassuolo will be up against Cremonese, while Torino will be up against Bologna. It is from this side that we'll drop the anchor on the side of the show this morning as we move to the other side, looking at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers and burning issues. Remember, it is still AM Update live on Solutions 939 FM. Good morning.
Do not touch that dial. You know the radio you tune to, it's your Remedy dial, 93.9 Solutions FM. Your number one Remedy dial.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Top of the morning to you. Thank God it's Friday. Exactly 18 minutes gone past 9. Right here on the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9. Welcome to From the Dailies, where we take you on a tour and different stories making the rounds in our nation, Nigeria. My name is Victory Richard.
My name is Oladapo Kunubi, and this morning I've got We Made the Nation and the Punch newspapers as we look at the headlines from this Nigerian newspapers. Remember, on Fridays it is open mic where you have opportunity to also speak on some of the headlines, same as the burning issue. Remember, we are still at the aftermath of the presidential election, same as announcement by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Well, some opposition parties have decided to go to court and reclaim their mandate. So it's just one mandate. So who owns the mandate? That's also part of the things that court will be deciding on. So, well, where do we start from? Is it with a Tribune or Vanguard or the Nation or Punch?
All right, we have the Nigerian Tribune and the Vanguard newspaper from my end, so let's get right into it. Alright, let's begin with the Nigerian Tribune this morning with this headline. US to INEC address concerns ahead of March 11 polls. Read up on that on page 8. Now to Naira redesign policy, Supreme Court to deliver judgment today. APC faults PDP LP, explains why some of its strongholds were lost. That you can find on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. And now to the banner headline, February 25th poll, rape of democracy will be challenged in court. Atiku is making that statement. A follow-up to that will be Obi saying, Obi left PDP out of fear. No, this should be coming from the PDP coffers. Party won certificate of return issued to Tinubu withdrawn. Read up on that from the Nigerian Tribune. Moving on to other stories, police arrest 18 suspect ritualists with 10 human skulls in Oyo 16, I beg your pardon. Chrisland Whitney Adeniro died of electrocution. Lagos State government making that statement really sad. Christians back Sanwo-Olu for second term. That you can find on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Aftermath of poll, I will challenge this rascality for the future of Nigeria. Obi is speaking there. Says Nigeria must be fixed through due process, rule of law. You did not win, APC replies. Read up on these stories from the Nigerian Tribune.
Going straight to the Nation newspaper this morning, going to the cap headlines. Ohaneze, PFN back at Sanwo-Olu. We feel at home in Lagos. Another headline here, power supply, NNPCL ministry to collaborate. Supreme Court judgment today in Naira redesign suit. APC's reconciliation panel. APC's reconciliation panel to meet Atiku, Obi Kwankwanto, and another set of headlines here. Police sergeant kills mistress, self in Kwara. A sad one. Non-indigent for Abiodun. The banner headline this morning, President-elect's mandate is pan-Nigerian, says Adamu. Party chair defends polls integrity. US, UK hails Tinubu's victory. Okay, so if you want to look at how, you want to check how Bola Ahmed Tinubu won in different geopolitical zones, you can get a copy of the Nation newspaper. Look at the front page, and you see the front page picture of the Nation newspaper that has head of Commonwealth observers, that is former president of South Africa, Thabo Mbeki, and President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu in one picture. And there's another headline here. Obi can't be president, says Atiku. The writer to that headline says he took PDP's votes. LP candidate, I'm heading to court. Okay. This and more you can find on the front page or inside the Nation newspaper this morning. We move straight to other headlines this morning.
All right, away from the Nation newspaper, let's now move to the Vanguard newspaper, beginning with this headline. Seek legal redress. UN tells LP, PDP. Read up on that on page 11. International observers call INEC below average in conduct of 2023 elections. That you can find on page 11. United States congratulates Tinubu, calls for calm. Read up on that story on page 11. Police sergeant kills a lover, self in Kwara. You can read up on that story on page 6. And now to the banner headline on the Vanguard newspaper. Atiku Obi vow to challenge polls in court. You can read up on that on page 5. We will meet in court, and that's coming from Tinubu. We won this election. We will prove it in court. Peter Obi speaking there. Asks obedience not to despair, but vote during governorship election. Alright, still taking more headlines. This morning, March 11 election. Adhere to Constitution Electoral Act, Senate tells INEC. Buhari apologizes over narrow redesign policy. To sport Oshimasat's new target, read up on that on page 31 of the Vanguard newspaper. These are the stories you can find from the Vanguard this morning.
Okay, looking at another set of headlines, looking at the Punch newspaper this morning. Atiku Obi refused to concede defeat. Begin legal battle. Elections. Diaspora organizations urge INEC to correct hitches. I have not quit my governorship bid. Ebonyi AA candidate. Tinubu, Atiku, and political obituary 1. Okay. All right. NGO promotes maths among learners. Unfortunately, they do that during our own time. I never liked mathematics, and I don't think I still like mathematics. Okay. Choir cops kills lover self after row. Autopsy confirms Christian Pupil electrocuted Lagos mother. Obi in a rush to be president, says Atiku. Bank customers borrowed 947 billion naira amid naira scarcity. How did they borrow that? Where did they? In short, I felt some banks said they don't have money. Okay. Ogun chief escapes death as hoodlums set home ablaze. Okay, these and more you can find from the Punch newspaper this morning. Well, you can also get more. What NLC is also saying, white workers will continue to participate in politics. NLC president. Okay, so let's move away from that and let's go straight to burning issue this morning. And our focus is still on the post-presidential National Assembly election. A lot of reaction coming. I mean, yesterday I watched press conferences and I started having issues with my eyes. You know, from Peter Obi's press conference to Atiku's press conference to that of Lagos, and you know, different messages coming from different sides of the political parties. But first, for those who missed that of Peter Obi's press conference and Atiku's press conference, well, yesterday was more of what is coming from the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi and the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, saying that they will challenge the decision of INEC to announce Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a president-elect after the presidential election decided on the 25th of February. Here is Peter Obi and Atiku.
As you know, the destruction of a society begins and gradually progress when we act rascally or with deliberate manipulation of the rule of law and suppression of the will of the people. During my campaign process, I would say that we will govern by the rule of law because we know what not doing that will bring about. And that's why we insisted that. Let me reiterate and I assure you that good people of Nigeria that will explore all legal and peaceful options to reclaim our mandate. We won the election and we will prove it to Nigerians. Please do not despair. We have elections coming up on the 11th. I enjoin you to go out, campaign, and vote in that election. We still have so many massive support out there that we need for our subnational and state assemblies. Please come out and be part of that election.
It was indeed a rape of democracy. Having consulted with leaders of our party who are seated here with me, and Nigerians from different walks of life, I have come to the conclusion that the processes and outcome of the presidential and national assembly elections of last Saturday was grossly flawed in every material particular, and as such must be challenged by all of us. You must remember that I took my boss, a sitting president, to court 11 times from trial court up to Supreme Court. If there is a Quran here, I never saw any judge from the trial court up to the Supreme Court. And yet I got judgments against a sitting president. Do you think it is possible today to do it? But let us tell ourselves the truth, man.
Okay, that was press conferences organized by Labour PDP presidential candidate Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar. And that of Atiku Abubakar came very late yesterday, around after 6, but Peter Obi was around after 2. But, you know, speaking yesterday, Bode George, who happens to be a Nigerian politician and a former military governor of Ondo State, called on Professor Mahmood Yakub to, get things right, or else the governorship election scheduled for March 11 must be postponed if things are not done rightly.
And I want to appeal this coming election, if Professor Yakubu is still going to go through that negativism of doing the election the way we used to do it in the dark days, there must be no election. People must reject him outright because so much money had been voted. You promised, you assured us, they have brought the machine, they have acquired the technology. You did it in Anambra State. You did it in Ekiti State. You did it in Osun State. Why is it on the D-Day, the 8th hour, for the national election, you said it was getting slow. Therefore, you should reverse back. You don't reverse back. If you were working in a private company, you would have been fired immediately.
An elder statesman speaking there. If there's anything I know about Bode George, is he's always going to speak about what he thinks is right.
Remember, as a PDP member.
Well, what he's stating there is nothing far from the truth.
We've not heard anyone from APC, made complaints.
Now,
even SDP, even SDP
look at
members
this way.
Congratulated Tinubu.
It is almost 1 week to the election. That's the presidential election.
After the election.
Results are yet to be uploaded. Yes, on the
not all.
Yes,
not all. Because as of yesterday,
I would say the result, because I expect that all the results should have been uploaded at the day of the election, and it's almost 1 week since the election, and we don't have all the results uploaded on the iRev. Now, March 11 is coming. What is INEC doing differently? You want people to come out and vote on that election, because I've spoken to a number of persons and they said, since INEC can't be, or INEC doesn't have integrity, what's the point coming out to vote the election? So what INEC should be thinking right now is, how do we redeem our integrity come the governorship polls?
Well, maybe because the INEC chairman did not, come out to tell us what happened more. But we heard from Festus Okoye, when most of the parties started, complaining, and they talked about what they went through with IREV, most especially saying that hackers tried hacking the back end, from the back end for close to like more than 30 times. And here, let us also cut INEC some slacks. Maybe they're having issues with network.
If you're having issues with network, these were some of the issues raised at the time, this Electoral Act was passed, and people talked about the situation of network in the country, spoke about how functional this will serve the electoral process. And INEC said they were ready. They've tested it in a couple of states, and for them it was a blueprint to determine that it will work for Nigeria. Now, coming out to tell us that, yes, we know that there are peculiarities with these network, that it worked today doesn't mean it was going to work the next day. But this is a national election. So there are complaints that Nigerians do not want to hear. Because as it is now, you won't blame the aggrieved parties who are coming out with the excuse of INEC did not stick to their words to file for redress.
There's nothing bad in people going to court.
With
what Peter Obi said, he's going to court. He will fight for his mandate, in a legal way, same as Atiku Abubakar. But part of the statement made by Atiku Abubakar was that Peter Obi was scared, that he, and also in a hurry to become president. And I was asking the question, was Atiku Abubakar also not in a hurry to become a president?
Let's talk about it this way. So now, after the election, I had a very, wide thought about, the PDP and its loss, and Atiku's statement. I think I saw a headline on the Nation newspaper, and it just reminded me of the G5 governors and how the disarray that happened in the PDP resulted into, the seeming failure of the PDP. Now, out of the 5 governors, only 2 delivered to the PDP, 3 delivered to the APC. I'm talking about Benue State, PDP, River State and Oyo State delivered to the PDP. Now, he's saying that Obi was in a hurry to become a governor.
I'll be a president.
Or a president, I beg your pardon. Now, you had your party members appealing to you to change the party's leader, IU, in person. And you never did that. Now,
he didn't have the power to change.
Of what electoral value was IU to the PDP? That's my question.
Well, that should be the answer from PDP itself. But I feel, Damilola Fenwa was saying something here some days ago that, a house that's divided against each other cannot stand. That was one, because Atiku Abubakar was asked a question yesterday again that did he feel bad that they could not he could not work together with Peter Obi, looking at the vote of mass by
and
Peter
he said
Obi.
He's open to negotiation.
Not that he's ready to form alliance, but he's open to for Labour Party to come and form alliance.
That is not happening. I don't see that happening.
Well, you may not see that happen. And another thing I'm also seeing here is like more of ego. Peter Obi, he has gotten a smooth home, a smooth balance. Political party is surely a vehicle, to push whatever you want to push and become whatever you want to become in politics. And looking at how scattered PDP is right now. Peter Ayodele Fayose announced on Wednesday night that he had resigned from PDP, and I knew what that was going to happen on, I think on Monday night. Was it Monday night or Tuesday night? It was live on TV, and he spoke about Iyorchia Ayu, spoke about PDP, that PDP is finished. People should forget about PDP, and it won't be surprised if people if members of the PDP, will cross carpet to Labour Party.
But has Fayose really been a member of the PDP?
He has.
From his body language over the years, would you say that he's been an active member of the PDP?
Maybe we should start from when the Ekiti State election was about, to be held. They had the primaries and they had so many issues internally, which made PDP even lose Ekiti State to APC. But that should have been a lesson, and a pointer, because I said it that time that should be a pointer to the party ahead of the general election. So, well, I'm not saying that nobody should go to court, but for Ayodele Fayose, come on. This is politics. Anybody can, resign and still, run politics from behind. We know former president Olusegun Obasanjo, they said he has quit partisan politics and he still came out to support Peter Obi.
That's what Fayose is saying, that he's quitting partisan politics. But I'm just, opening my eyes to see that we don't see a cross-carpeting into, the ruling party.
He never said, even the interview granted.
Partisan politics.
The interview granted on Tuesday before the Wednesday's interview was that, well, he's scared. He's not even sure of what he will be doing, because he gave the respect to Peter Obi and also congratulating Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that he respects Nyesom Wike and the like. So he's speaking with every side of his mouth. So anything can still happen at the end of the day. There are a lot of people who tore their membership card of a particular party, and at the end of the day you saw them in a different party. Atiku Abubakar some years back was in PDP, moved to APC, later cross-carpeted to PDP, returned to APC, now back with PDP. So Peter Obi at a point in time was in ABGA, moved to PDP, now with Labour Party. So it is more of what they want and how they want to get it. We had a lot of members that moved from APC to Accord, and we have some who moved from, and even if you can remember, 4 years ago, some APC members moved to Zenith Labour Party. And if I could remember, that also helped some a particular politician in Ogbomoso, and that happens to be the only female House of Assembly member here in Oyo State. So it shows that maybe when you feel like you don't have that opportunity in the present party, there's nothing stopping you cross-carpeting to the other party to get whatever you want. So it depends on now your personality that can also help the party. But with what has happened yesterday, with different press conferences, at a point in time I got tired, because it is still the same PDP split into two that lost together.
At the end of the day, what I would say is politics is a game of interest, and that's why you have these politicians cross-carpeting into different parties. Another center of focus for us, as we move ahead, will be, the court. Now we have several parties filing. Kwankwaso is going to court. The LP is going to court. The PDP as well wants to go to court to redress. Of course, I saw headline. Everybody's seeking a redress for the election. Now the question is, we've never had an overturn with any of these elections. Of course, we've had one in Imo State where the third became the first.
That's for governorship.
Yes, I'm just saying that. Do you see a possibility where we have an overturn in the election results?
We can't predict for now. We can't predict what will happen at the tribunal, right? And although some people saying based on what has happened in the past, what is currently happening with the judiciary system in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
But let's also give them the benefit of the doubt. I listened to the NBA president, Mekiao, saying that NBA will be ready, to quickly make sure that cases in court, are decided.
In the Electoral Act, there's actually a window period for the presidential election. I think it's about 7 months before they come to a conclusion.
But if that should be 7 months, this is March, right? April, May, June, July, August, September. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have been sworn in, and it was sworn in May, and whatever happens, maybe there'll be some changes, but I'm not I'm not predicting. But let's give the judiciary the benefit of the doubt to see what happens at the end of the day. But what I'm against is the likes of Dino Melaye saying that the president, declaring Atiku the president. Remember what happened at June 12th. So we must avoid some speeches that may bring war to the country. Incite violence, and bring war. A repetition of June 12th declaring who INEC did not declare as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
Well, you have your opinion, but never use it as a medium to incite violence or, disrupt the state of unity in the country. Now, we'd love to hear your thoughts regarding some of the headlines. Do remember that this is the open mic session where you have the opportunity to address several, stories making the rounds in our papers. The numbers to call are 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. You can also send messages via WhatsApp or regular text to 0904-422-2939. We are also reading messages because we are live on Facebook as well as YouTube. So jump on the Facebook platform to drop your thoughts regarding some of these stories. Yes, we have a couple of stories that we read, but not all were addressed. I know lots of people are interested in the Chrisland school story. That school this is like the third time we're having a debt situation with the school, the second or the third time, but I know two of it.
I still feel like the Lagos State government, the Ministry of Education in Lagos State is, too weak in taking decisions.
Action towards it. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Balkis Amadia from Ibadan.
Thank you, Balkis. Let's go. Good morning.
Okay, please, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I said the way the other presidential candidates are saying that they will go to a law court is good. At least it's better than asking their followers to start cutting violent activity. So the law court is there for people like that and for cases like that, and I'm sure they will have a fair hearing. Then in one of Asiwaju's campaign promises, it said it would remove fuel subsidy. I think I like it because for our economy in Nigeria, fuel subsidy is not sustainable, and a lot of people are using this to siphon public funds. However, before he removes it, he should put substantial measures on the ground to ensure that the way we are suffering now due to this new Naira scarcity policy, we won't be suffering like that. When it became heightened, Oyo State government had to start giving, using their buses to commute people. Then other states started doing like that. So the federal government we should make sure it puts measures like that on the ground, perhaps subsidized transport and some other things that will not really make us feel the impact of fuel subsidy. May God bless Nigeria and Solutions FM. Good morning.
Amen. Thank you very much, Balkis. God bless Nigeria. God bless Solutions FM.
The question is, are we really ready with the current state of our economy? Do you think we're ready to buy fuel at the cost of 400 if subsidy is removed? I know that any government that is coming in is definitely going to remove subsidy.
Has it not been removed already?
Well, we've not started buying at that cost price.
Have we not been buying at that price?
Not up to 400. Not to 400. No, I don't think anybody has bought fuel at 400.
Remember, in Lagos, in Abuja, did you see headlines of people saying they bought at 400? Did you see the headlines? Because it's just like we are doing things off the script, which is already written on the script. If you can buy for 300, some are buying at 350, some are 400.
I'm just saying, with the current state of our economy,
maybe not official.
We are not ready. I don't think that we are ready. But if
removing subsidy, have we enjoyed
the dividends of subsidy?
Yes, that's a question.
That's a valid question. All right, 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939 is the number to get across to us this morning and lend in your thoughts regarding some of the headlines we've addressed this morning. We're also taking messages, so you can jump on the Facebook platform to send in your thought. You can also send via WhatsApp or regular text to 0904-422-2939.
Now let's talk about the governorship election coming 11th of March. We're getting different updates. I mean, first let's give kudos to Peter Obi. During his speech yesterday, he said that the followers of Labour must focus ahead of the 11th of March.
To vote for the Labour Party at the governorship and
State House of Assembly, and which I did not get that from Atiku Abubakar. That is true. But here in Oyo State, we're getting updates about parties having alliance, forming mergers. Although we got one year on Wednesday that like 5 political parties have signed, to have alliance with Accord. While we also got updated that some PDP members are, joining APC governorship candidate, that is Teslim Folarin, ahead of the levels of March. And with the way things are, just like we predicted some days ago, if you look at the votes that came for the likes of SDP, Labour, Zenith Labour Party in some states, I feel merger will be better. Because it was same alliance that brought in Makinde, in the last 4 years. But here is it. The people that are performing merger, how strong are they in their local government? And how strong will the state of security, how strong will it be on the levels of March? Those are the questions.
I think we can commend Oyo State for the last election. I'm talking about the presidency. So far, I don't think there was a report of...
although in some local governments, we heard reports of ballot snatching. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning to you.
Please try and call us back. 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. Yeah, we got update, because some coalition officers, gave reasons for cancelling some polling units because of ballot snatching. But was not that
as rampant as it was in Lagos or
Lagos
other
some
states.
states. Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
to you.
This is Ola calling from Ibadan.
Thank you very much, Ola. Let's have your take.
I think what is happening now in Oyo State politics concerning the upcoming gubernatorial election is a welcome game. So if you think you are that popular, you are so that famous, you are people welcome you or they accepted you, and you think you can just do anyhow, that is the result. So you have sell your follower, and whatever happened to them, you will face the consequences. So that is happening now to the leader that has played, that has shown that he is that popular, he can just dance any music that has been played. So he has sell his follower, then let's see what will happen. He might escape through, but it's not that good for his follower to be like trying to survive now. So they are trying to survive, but he can escape through, but it's not that good for him. It's a lesson. So let him learn now from what has happened. It's a lesson for him to learn. He may escape through. But what about the follower? He has said his follower already. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I mean, if it is about the lessons, we just hope that, any politician that wants to learn a lesson now should just, first read what has happened, in PDP, what has happened in APC, what has happened in Labour. Look at how, things have happened in the past few weeks. You look at APC, they had internal crisis, but I don't know how they managed it. But, still looking at how they lost in some states. Look at PDP. Maybe if a Kwankwanso had merged with a Labour, maybe if a Labour had merged with PDP or a Labour had merged with Kwankwanso, things would have been different. And which even Bola Ahmed Tinubu said in his speech that he knew that majority did not vote for him, but he won.
I would say that this election had opened my eyes to the dynamics of Nigerian politics, because we saw a lot of surprises, some unexpected results, from different states. So it just goes to show that the people are now ready to have their mandate received. You understand? You could tell that a lot of people were really invested in the election, and that's why we have people clamoring for, maybe annulling the result in places where discrepancies were said to have been recorded. So, this election for me, like I said, whether your candidate won or not, is an eye-opener to how your mandate is very key. Let's take that call. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
We can hear you. Good morning to you, sir.
My name is Michael, and I'm calling from Oyo State.
Okay, Michael, let's have your take. Let's go. 60 seconds.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Let's have your take. You've got 60 seconds. Oh, Michael.
Do well to call us back, Michael. The numbers again are 0909 888 9939 or 0912 222 2939. But let's check some of the messages you've sent to us on social media, beginning from Facebook. Olainka Adetola says, the recent general election results were so interesting and surprising because majority of the political gladiators lost in their states. This shows that our votes count. So let also come out massively and vote rightly. May good governance being experienced under the Oyo State continue because our parents are collecting their salaries and pensions as well and as when due. Okay, Omadi Adekunle says the general election has come and gone. The winners have been announced. I pray their tenors bring us betterment to the country. Electorate should also come out in mass and vote wisely in the forthcoming gubernatorial election and not be induced by money. So we thank God that the era of abysmal payment of workers' salaries and sacking of workers have gone off in Oyo State. May good work continue because one term deserves another. Okay, everybody talking about salary and pension. Bossade Favor says the APC federal government and their mysterious style of governance. How on earth do they expect people to survive with 5,000 monthly, knowing fully well that it cannot be enough to fend for an individual's needs for a week, considering how expensive everything out there is now? That our inflation rate is at 21.82% and fuel price is 350 per liter as of now. Okay. And who are the 1.9 million people earning their poverty elevation support amongst the 133 million people in abject poverty? The federal government. Now, wow, may God deliver Nigeria from bad governance. Oluwaseun says, good morning. I don't think we can really get it right in this country because the people we have at the helm of the affairs keeps deceiving Nigerians. I thought the CBN governor and Mr. President said the Naira redesign is to curb vote buying. But obviously, the politicians still remains with vote buying. They should let us have access to our money because this lingering issue is taking a toll on the masses. What a failed government. Nobody's talking about the Naira scarcity anymore. I think this is today.
People have returned to Naira scarcity matter now.
Okay, I think it's today that the Supreme Court is...
taking the according to the headlines we have at the front page, the cap headline, Supreme Court judgment today in Naira redesign suit. We hope it won't be adjourned.
I hope so, and I hope they come to an agreement that would benefit Nigerians because as it is now, it's just worrisome. The 200 Naira that they returned, I was thinking that by now it would have helped, curb the issue. But even the 200, you can't see. I went to the bank on Wednesday, and I went to a particular bank on Wednesday.
No, just mention the name.
And they said their bullion van was going to come and give us cash. And we waited from 8 to about 4.
Where was that?
On Wednesday.
Okay.
And I went on Thursday again, and the bullion van still didn't show up.
Victory, let me tell you something.
So they're saying they don't have cash.
Since last week, banks have not been dispensing cash. Some banks.
So where
so most of their staff just go to work to play.
The 200 Naira that we deposited, that they said we should return. Where are the monies?
Well, let's just let people know that by April 10, the 200 Naira will cease to be legal tender. So for those of you who are
let's wait for the Supreme Court because we don't know what they will decide today.
Okay. All right. Let's just move on this morning because. Coming up next is Mokajo with Kolade Olagunju. Kolade Olagunju Karo. I hope you can hear me from this because he's taking water. I don't know. Maybe he checked down to the studio this morning. Kolade Olagunju, good morning to you. Karo. I hope you can hear that. Kuojumo. Oh, okay. Good morning.
Oh, Jirebi.
Mojire. All right. Mokajo coming up next. This is Noshishi for Bribe. My name is Oladapo Kunubi.
My name is Victor Richard. Have a great weekend.
Oshishi for bride.